Verbally Effective, your double E, Ina Esco here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another episode of the Verbally Effective podcast. So much has been going on in our world and society, and I'm so glad that I have my guest today to speak on it because that's what he does. He is a reporter / anchor with Fox 13 Memphis, and we're going to jump into his story. But before we do that, I want to remind you to head on to my social media platforms and click on that link because, of course, right now we are selling the Ivy Multimedia merch. We got hoodies, we got tees, and of course, masks are mandated now. So we got your Verbally Effective, A Difficult Beauty, and Ivy Multimedia masks. And I've partnered with the Henry brothers that are from Memphis, Fresh and Chase on those masks. So you know they look good, they fashionable and durable. So make sure you click the link in my bio. Let's get started with Mr. Jeremy Pierre of Fox 13 Memphis. How are you, Jeremy?
Oh, Lord, you say my name so Memphis.
I always sound Memphis when I say it. How you supposed to say it,
Jeremy?
How do you say it, Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Is that how they say it in New Orleans?
Yeah, Jeremy.
Well, let me get it right. How you doing today?
I'm great. Oh, Lord, got folk calling me, but I'm great. I'm blessed and highly favored. I'm glad to be here with you today.
Yes, and I'm so glad that you have joined me today. I see you're at the house and not in these streets. What's going on?
Well, just rest and relaxation. Basically getting my body better. I had a little short stint of a illness, that Rona.
You had the Rona.
Better.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
a little bit of it. But it's all good. We getting better day and day. So when y'all see me on the street, y'all ain't got to run from me.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better because so many people are affected with COVID-19 right now. And, from what I'm hearing, we haven't even seen the worst. Is that what you're hearing?
Yeah, not even the worst has hit us yet. So obviously everyone needs to stay masked up, social distance. I had one lady come up to me one time and try to hug me maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago. I jumped away from her. I was like, get back. I was like, get back. Tell her, get back.
Yeah.
So
it seems like that's kind of hard now when you're so used to, I guess, being a people person and you probably do hugs often and now you can't do hugs. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't do hugs often. Okay.
But dapping up your homeboys or whatnot, you can't do that no more. You got to come with the elbow. So it's a lot different.
Okay. Well, Jeremy, I want you to let the Verbally Effective podcast audience know exactly, where you're from and where you grew up because you're not from Memphis.
Not from Memphis. No, I'm not from Memphis. Let it be known. Repeat that. I'm not from Memphis.
He's not from the M.
No, I am from New Orleans, Louisiana, the 7th Ward of New Orleans. Went to St. Augustine High School. If you don't know about St. Augustine High School, Google it. It's a historic high school, all male Black high school.
Wow.
It's Catholic, and so we have a lot of history behind that high school. If you watch football, I'm sure you know of the Honey Badger. I used to bully the Honey Badger. I'm sure you know of Leonard Fournette. I used to bully Leonard Fournette. So went to high school with a lot of great guys. They are doing awesome things. Even the guys that came before me. Went on to Xavier University of Louisiana, got my degree in mass communications with a concentration in broadcast journalism. Xavier University is the best HBCU. Even though we don't have a football team, we're in the best city in America, the #1 party city. So they made a difference. Yes, indeed. It made a difference.
Wow. Okay. So let's back up a little bit during your days at St. Augustine. And you said it's an all-boys school. How was that going to an all-boys school? Because, you seem to have somewhat of a few Mac Daddy vibes. I'm not sure. But how did you handle that going to St. Augustine?
Here's the thing you got to know about St. Aug. But the girls were always at the back gate waiting for us to get out.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, everybody say, you know, you hear the guys talking about, man, I can't go to the all boys school.
I hear that
crazy.
a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was crazy. You know, we were taught by a majority of our teachers were Black males.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing about it is we grew that respect for that male figure. You know, many of the brothers at St. Aug didn't have fathers. I grew up in a 2-parent home. So I had a father and I knew how to respect a man. And then, you know, we had corporal punishment. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So so I may have told my age, but we had corporal punishment at St. Augustine up until 2012, I believe.
Wow.
So, I mean, that paddle was heavily used. And so you just grew a sense of discipline at St. Aug. So, I mean, I hear it all the time. Man, I couldn't go to no all-boys school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The girls going to be at the gate. But, you know, you go to the co-ed school, the co-ed public school, the girls at your school coming to our school. So,
boom.
And it's just like, you have conversations with guys, and you know, I had a younger brother, not so close in age, maybe 5 years different, but we didn't have a lot in common growing up. So it was good to be around other boys that thought like you and would do the same crazy things you did. So
yeah, wow. So what type of activities were you involved in at St. Aug?
Played basketball 2 years. Was in speech and debate maybe 3 years. Sophomore year, was in campus ministry all 4 years. Also, I played in the band 1 year. Played in the jazz ensemble 2 years. And that's about it. But
wow, you were busy.
Most important, oh yeah, you got to stay busy. You know, I don't mind as the devil's workshop. So
yeah, wow. So how did you make the decision to attend Xavier? How did that come about?
Well, I got to stop you there.
Okay.
You say that name again?
Oh Lord, he gonna get me right on this too. Xavier.
Yeah, no, Xavier. Look, we always gonna, no matter who we are, we're gonna stop you. Xavier. Yeah.
Xavier, the best HBCU. Tell me about that.
So Xavier, believe it or not, I'm probably the 4th or 5th person in my family to go to Xavier. Everybody that went to Xavier became doctors.
Wow.
Except me.
You didn't want to follow in those footsteps?
No. I didn't like school.
Why not?
So,
Why not?
I'm just, you know, I didn't like sitting in a classroom when I could have been having fun. You know, I believe there was one class that I had, I think it was philosophy. And, you know, we got open container laws. Well, we have no open container laws in New Orleans. And so, you know, before that class, I would go to the daiquiri shop and get my daiquiri and put it in a white styrofoam cup, make it look like I got it out the cafeteria. And I would just sip and fall asleep.
Wow.
In philosophy. Luckily, I made it out that class with a C.
Luckily.
Luckily. I don't know how.
Interesting.
And what's crazy, my mom didn't even believe I was graduating until I didn't believe I was graduating until 2 weeks before, maybe 3 weeks before graduation.
Well, you made it. And
yeah, I made it.
I heard you say that you majored in mass communication. So,
yeah.
You know, and I also heard you say at St. Aug that you were in speech and debate. So is that what prepared you for that major at Xavier?
No, actually, my first major at Xavier happened to be business marketing. Because believe it or not, my favorite movie growing up was Boomerang, and I
Oh,
wanted to be
wow.
like Marcus Graham. So, but
Wow.
when it comes, that's actually my minor, marketing. So, and
Okay.
entrepreneurship. So, but no, I found the communications ordeal because my mom happened to be good friends with Ed Bradley. Um,
The Ed Bradley.
yeah.
Okay.
So actually, she was the one that pointed me towards the communication idea because
Hmm.
she always said you got the gift of gab. You could talk yourself out of anything. I said, okay.
Yeah.
So I
Good
checked it
work.
out.
Hmm.
I checked it out and made that my major.
Okay. Wow. And so let's say, you said you couldn't believe you graduated. You graduated from Xavier. What was next for Jeremy?
Well, while in school, I got a job as an associate producer at WDSU, the NBC affiliate, um, in New Orleans. And also I participated in a little business, party promoting business. And we made a lot of money with that, mainly um, touching a generation of folks who are now old now,
Hmm.
who are maybe hitting 40. And a lot of us are in the beginning stages of our 30s. I'm in the beginning stages of my 30s. I'll be 32 in January. And so I did that. And then once I graduated, started looking for on-air jobs. Once I graduated December 2012, looking for on-air jobs. And so found an on-air job in the beginning stages of 2013. Beginning stages of 2013, and started my on-air experience, my on-air career in 2013. And I haven't looked back since. My
Okay.
first job was in Monroe, Louisiana, which actually
Monroe.
is a great city
Okay.
for a 22-year-old.
Okay. And how close is that to New Orleans? Monroe.
Um, and I ain't close at all. It's
Okay.
about 4 hours, about
Okay.
4.5 hours. Yeah.
So you started your career on air in Monroe. Tell me about that. And did you go through any challenges, while starting your career in this media game?
No doubt. For sure. You know, when you talk about being on air, you have to find this personality, this character. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people tell me you're not from New Orleans because I don't hear the accent. I could turn the accent on and off. I had to work to lose the accent. You know what I'm saying? Because I had no lie, I had a college professor at Xavier. My mother would call it Xavier because it's so bougie. But I had a college professor who told me I would never be on TV, anyone's TV. I wouldn't work
Because of the
on air
accent?
because of the accent and just a certain dialect. Uh, you know, they always make a joke of people from New Orleans. We could pronounce chapatulas, but we can't say Earl or
Mm.
oil. You know what I'm saying? We say orange instead of orange. And
Do you say shy?
I never heard that. Must be something from Southwest Louisiana.
Because my people are from Lafayette. Some are in New Orleans, Baton
Mm,
Rouge.
yeah, that's what
They
they
always
say
like,
out there.
yes, shy, Menor shy, and all that
Mm,
broken French and all of
mm-mm.
that.
That's Southwest. That's that's an hour and a half away.
That ain't you.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
That ain't nah. We call each other baby. Whoa,
Baby.
you know. Yeah,
Yeah.
say whoa, you know.
Okay.
So, and she told me that, and I had to spend a lot of money and spend a lot of time well, with a mentor, Norman Robinson. It's probably the voice of New Orleans. I mean, he's a legendary anchor in the city. And I had a pleasure of working under him as an associate producer. But getting my first job, that was the challenge, and understanding. I've never had a problem working under deadline. Never had a problem with that. But it was just perfection. Beginning of my career, beginning of anyone's career, you want to be perfect. And I had to throw that to hell because you're not going to be perfect. Even right now, it's going to be 8 years for me in February being on air. Six in Memphis, and one in Shreveport, and another in Monroe. So
Wow.
it's never going to be perfect. And I tell anybody, stop aiming to be perfect, because that just ain't gonna happen.
Right. Okay, Jeremy. So you said, you learned the fact that you have to stop aiming for perfection. And I understand that because with my dealings with radio, that's something that we strive for in media. And the media has changed so much over the years with technology, just with content, with social media. How has social media impact what you do?
Oh, from a professional standpoint, I think social media is awesome, because especially in my profession, because it gives people a better way to learn who you are. I mean, we had a conversation, and I know a lot of people in news. Look, I go to NABJ every year, and sometimes I got to tell the brothers to relax. You know what I'm saying? The sisters, hey, relax. Calm down. And, for the most part, a lot of people, they have a hard time when they go into these communities, especially in Memphis, because they come off as though they're scared of their own people.
Yeah.
And I think social media gives a great way for people who have Facebook, who have Instagram, who have Twitter, who have Snapchat, to see what you do off the clock, and to see that like every Friday I do something called Pull Up Friday on my work.
Friday.
Pull Up Friday.
Pull up. Oh, Poe. Okay, Poe.
Yeah, Pull Up Friday on
Okay.
my this is on my work Facebook page, and understanding that everybody they like to enjoy the end of the week, and I like a good libation. I'm sure everybody does, so I think it's great.
Right. And wow. You know what? I also hear that you mentioned Poe Up Friday, but I heard you cut up on your Facebook page a little bit more. And that's something that, we kind of talked about earlier with news broadcasters. I've noticed with maybe a few of my former guests, they can be a little more reserved and, they share, but definitely not overshare.
Well, I have boundaries.
You got
I have
boundaries.
boundaries. Yeah.
Okay. But you know what, Jeremy? I know everyone wants to hear, how did you get to Memphis? And when you got to Memphis, did you have any preconceived notions about what you were getting into? And when you finally got here, what did you think?
Well, for sure. When I happened to be looking for jobs 6 years ago, and at that point in time, I didn't have an agent per se. I had a lawyer who helped me in contract negotiations. You know what I'm saying? And so on my list happened to be 5 cities that I wanted to go to. Either I was going to go back home to New Orleans, which I'm so thankful I didn't. Little Rock, which is kind of boring. Louisville, which is okay. And Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Jackson, Mississippi, and Memphis. Memphis was number one.
Why
And
is that?
so basically basically because it's a great city, not too large, and when I say not too large, even though it's one of America's top 30 populous cities, it has an NBA team. That was a great selling point. Also, we used to come to Memphis, traveling with the Xavier basketball team. We used to come to Memphis all the time to play Lemoyne Owen, or we would travel through Memphis and go play Philander Smith, or we would catch, you know what I think it was? We came to Lemoyne Owen, but we would go to Philander Smith, come back through Memphis, and go to Talladega College. And so I always passed through here. We always stopped here. And I said, man, this is great. And I think Memphis and New Orleans are similar when it comes to culture. We are more like a gumbo pot, and Memphis is more like a
get it right.
like a catfish fry with spaghetti.
Boom.
Which I don't understand. Catfish would be the main. Well, no, spaghetti would be the main dish, and catfish would be the side. But
have you converted? Have you converted to the catfish spaghetti combo?
No. Well, no, we do that, but we don't put spaghetti with catfish in New Orleans. We do, peas, macaroni,
all them carbs,
potato salad. Yeah, but no, Memphis was cool, and look, I'm glad I came because the people here, though they are welcoming, but they're just like the folks in New Orleans. They can be rough when you first meet them, but then you just got to show, well, hell, I could be rough too.
Right.
It's good. You know what I'm saying? And then they say, we got a little something in common. I think it was, what I love about this city, the grit and grind. I came here toward the end of the grit and grind with the Grizzlies, but that grit and that describes the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It really describes the city.
Wow. And you've been here about 6 years now, is it?
Yep.
So
6 years.
So you've made Memphis pretty much your home. And
it's definitely a home away from home.
Okay, a home away from home. How often do you go home?
Well, before COVID, I used to get home probably every quarter. Definitely for homecoming, maybe sneak down there for a Saints game, maybe one or two Saints games. But definitely Christmas and Mardi Gras, Zulu Ball. I'm not big on Mardi Gras because, people from New Orleans, we get out of Mardi Gras. We don't technically do it or live for it, but definitely Zulu Ball, a couple of the parades, Orpheus, Bacchus, and
I'm hearing that accent coming now. When you talk about New Orleans, I'm hearing that accent now. And you know what? You said Memphis is like your home away from home, but you're a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. You have your brothers here.
I got a lot of them here.
Yes. So does that help you make the stay here much more, enticing, hanging out with the bros?
Well,
building community.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The brothers, I believe in having friends in different areas. I don't just hang with news folk. I rarely hang with news folk. I'm more so with the bros and then other people in the area, because my thing is, you can't, if you want to be a progressive and impactful in your field, you got to have relationships outside of certain areas or groups where you're comfortable. Right. If that makes any sense. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? And I tell even I think when it comes to folks like myself, and other media folk in news, we are shy. And no, granted, I'm a shy person. I'm a very shy person.
Really though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a shy person. And so, understanding that, with that shyness comes, well, hell, I still want to be in the light. I still want you to know my name, and
Right.
I want you to remember me. And I think that comes, a lot of us want to be someone else when I can't be anyone else because there's only one of me, one edition. It was made in 1989, and they
Okay.
didn't make another one after me.
All right,
So,
Jeremy.
and that's where it comes with, I think a lot of people come to Memphis and they don't, they, they fade away. They're not rememberable.
Right. Gotcha. Now, Jeremy, I know you have things to do, but I definitely want to hit on this before we come to a close.
Well, hold on. Can we
Um,
come back to that close? I
yeah.
got 3 minutes,
Yeah.
and I'm
Okay, Jeremy, one of the things I wanted to ask you as it relates to media, what has changed since the current administration has been in office? Because it seems like, the current administration has been questioning the integrity of our media. How does that, affect you and the way you do your job? How do you feel about it?
Well, I tell you this: the current administration, they have definitely made um, being a journalist extremely harder than it already was. Obviously, uh, we have to dot all our I's and cross all our T's for sure, because the term fake news, I actually hate that term. I hate it, and somebody actually wrote on my Facebook page one time, or fake news. They wrote fake news, and I blocked them because you're not going to come question the facts that I spent maybe 2.5 months researching and doing all that digging, and you're going to question that for real.
Hmm.
So just dotting all our I's and crossing our T's, making sure we don't miss anything, because the moment we miss anything is the moment they're going to, label us fake news. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that's changed. If not already, we have to check all of our information, get it confirmed and whatnot. It's just this administration has taught us that we got to be on it. We got to be 100%. And like going back to perfect, uh, they have made it so that we have to be perfect. We
Yeah.
have to be when it comes to information.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Now, have you ever had an uncomfortable situation while reporting the news? Because I see you out, in the Memphis metropolitan area all the time reporting. Have you ever had an uncomfortable encounter with anyone, or has anyone ever?
has anyone ever what?
I've seen a journalist get attacked live on air. I don't think
No, they don't want to attack me.
but I'm just saying any uncomfortable situations while reporting the news live on air. Because we see videos online all the time. I think some of them may be fake though.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, and it's something Greg Coy told me. And matter of fact, Les Smith told me this. I don't know. You remember Les Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to work maybe 6 months with Les before he retired. He always told me everything in life should be a live shot. Everything in life. So everything I approach it as a live shot. So so if it's uncomfortable for me behind the camera, and more than likely will be comfortable for me in front of the camera, because again, I've approached everything as though it's a live shot.
Gotcha.
So it was one time I probably heard gunshots behind me one time, and people applauded me because I didn't flinch. And it was just like, well, I guess we'll be heading to there. We'll be heading there in a minute. You know what I'm saying? And I said that on live TV. Y'all just heard that just like me. We'll be heading there in just a few.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
I guess you gotta be comfortable in all types of situations, you know. I always say every day, you know, I haven't been given the spirit of fear. So of course anyone is going to be nervous, but fearful. You gotta live every day, you know. I know some of my colleagues have had uncomfortable situations on TV,
Yeah.
and they have frozen up, and a lot of those uncomfortable situations have made them or broken them, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah. Wow. Now, where do you want to take your career with news, Jeremy?
let me see how far I can get in Memphis. Let me see how far I can get in Memphis. Um, and then, you know, the ultimate goal is to get to, obviously, um, maybe a bigger city eventually. But right now, I'm concentrating on what I have here in Memphis, and I ain't going nowhere no time soon. So
Yeah. Yeah. And, just speaking on the news and the content you guys share, it just seems like, of course, COVID is the main topic that you guys are reporting on, of course, because it's affecting all of us. I heard today it says that Tennessee is the number one worst in the world state. Well, in the world state, number one worst state for COVID transmission. That is a
mhm.
hard pill to swallow. Tennessee,
Well,
number one?
I can be honest with you, and let me be candid. I think it's our cousins that you know. Hey, we're still doing the going out, and nothing's wrong with going out. I go out, but we're not taking the social distancing serious. We're not taking the mask wearing serious. We're not taking the holidays serious. You know what I'm saying? The changes. To be honest with you, I don't go to large gatherings anymore. And going back to how I contracted COVID, you know, I got it from a funeral, and it was a good number of us that got sick. Um, and it wasn't like I was going out, you know, eh, to a party or anything, but it was just, you know, I let my guard down, and obviously we got to keep our guard up.
Yeah.
We have to keep our guard up, and I know I've been hearing a lot of talk about folks not getting the COVID-19 vaccine. You might want to think twice about it, especially, you know, participating in the trial. I know we got a trial going on here in Memphis at St. Jude, Johnson & Johnson. I would encourage a lot of us to participate in that, you know,
Are you
honestly.
participating?
Well, at the point in time, I couldn't.
Okay. Yeah.
I couldn't because I had it too. So, so, but then again, I plan to get the vaccine. I
Mm-hmm.
plan to get the vaccine. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just think that, some people are a little bit not too willing to take it because it hasn't been out on the market long. It hasn't, been out there for a long trial run to see what the true side effects are. But, if we haven't even seen the second wave, it's just so scary to even imagine what that will look like, So
right,
I pray the vaccine is going to help a lot of people out who contract.
right. And
Wow.
how we're doing interviews, we're doing more interviews like this,
Yeah.
you know, over Zoom, you know,
True.
and over FaceTime and all that rigmarole.
Yeah.
So it's just, you know, it's interesting.
A new way of life, our new normal, right?
I hope not. I hope we can. Well, things will never go back to being what it was, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully, we can get a sense of normalcy back. You know, even folks in Nashville. It's not just here. Folks
Right.
ain't taking it serious. It's Nashville too.
Yeah.
You know. So, I mean, I literally told I told my brother. who I go visit in Nashville often, that I wasn't going into a certain restaurant because I saw very few masks, so.
Yeah, it is what it is. Wow. Okay, Jeremy. So let me ask you this. What do you like to do when you have a little downtime? How does Jeremy, rest and recharge, or when you have downtime, what do you like to do in this COVID era?
In this COVID era, I love to look at YouTube. I told you I've been watching Kevin Samuels. I think that brother knows a lot. I know a lot of women. Yeah, I know. About your average at best. The brother that did that went viral.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of women and men may disagree, but I've been watching a lot of him. Also, I love to look at. Believe it or not, I like to look at the news, but not from here. I like to look at the news in other cities, understanding art, just mastering my craft. Other than that, I'm not the average guy. Yeah, I like to go to the gym. I like to go to the gym and work out. No, actually, I work out here, but I hate working out.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't know. It's so much to do. It's so much to do in Memphis.
Yeah.
Even during COVID, it's so much to do. That's why, I always hear people say, man, I just want to move away from Memphis. I want to move away from Memphis. It's like, you sure? You sure? Because,
the grass ain't always greener on the other side, huh?
What it could be greener, but the water bill is higher.
Okay.
Yeah, the water bill is higher. So just like that.
If you get to a bigger market, the things will definitely be,
higher.
That aspect.
Right.
But that money might,
drain up. Yeah. That's why I told Ja Morant when he first got to the city, I said, man, you're in a good city, man, because one thing about it, that rookie contract look a lot better in Memphis.
Sure do.
Than it do in LA.
True that.
And
that's true.
And even your max contract is gonna look a lot better. And I told Zion when I went home, I had an opportunity to be in a media session with Zion when they first drafted him. Matter of fact, we go to the same barbershop in New Orleans. And I told him, man, you could get you a nice house and on the lake, and you be set. You could be the king of New Orleans. Ja Morant could be the king of Memphis. KOM. Yo Gotti who?
Wow. That's so true though. When you mentioned that New Orleans is kind of similar to Memphis in a lot of aspects like that, cost of living, medium income, things of that nature, they're kind of straddling the same line. So I definitely understand that. Wow. What kind of music do you like, Jeremy?
I'm eclectic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm eclectic. I really got into well, first of all, I love Juvenile. I don't care what nobody says. I love Juvenile. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like classic Juvenile. I can't stand Lil Wayne.
What? Why not?
No. Can't stand Lil Wayne.
Okay. Ever did like him?
I like young Lil Wayne.
Okay.
I
don't know where this new Lil Wayne at. Where he at though?
I like 97 to 2002 Lil Wayne. 2002, 2003 Lil Wayne. But Mystical, I like a lot of Memphis rap. Love I don't know what the beef is, but I love both of them.
Young Gotti and
I love both of them.
Moneybag.
Yeah, love both of them. Even Player Fly.
Yeah.
I caught him in concert at TSU's homecoming. Took a picture with him. And what's crazy, he knew who I was. I was like,
oh, he pays attention to the media, baby.
Yeah, he knew who I was.
Even young, yes, he does.
Yeah. And so I like 8 Ball.
Yeah.
You know, love them. Juicy J,
Mm-hmm.
love them. But I don't mind putting on some James Taylor or you know, some blues.
Yeah.
So I really fell in love with the blues listening to it here, but more so I listen to more jazz than blues. Feel
Right.
me? So
Gotcha. Wow. Well, you know what, Jeremy, we have learned so much about you today on the Verbally Effective podcast. I really, really appreciate you for being so transparent and, you know, just giving us a little background into who you really are. And how can everybody follow you and get in touch with you and see you on Facebook, do your thing, Up Fridays? Let everybody know your information.
look, you can follow me on Facebook, Jeremy Pierre Fox. Also on Instagram, you can, what is my Instagram? JP underscore lifestyle 901. A lot of people have been asking me what's the deal with that. I'll explain it on Instagram. Also on Twitter, I believe it's Jeremy Pierre Fox as well. On Twitter, Jeremy Pierre Fox. So, but
Gotcha.
that lifestyle ordeal, look, I believe every man should look and smell good.
Okay.
Look and smell
I
good.
agree. I agree. I agree. Okay. So I'm sure you know, the ladies will be following for sure. I'm sure the fellas will as well. But I really appreciate you today for joining me on the Verbally Effective podcast. And I wish you the best of luck in your career. And I hope you feel better, you know, over there at the house. Feel better,
Yeah,
Jeremy. And
the
thank you so
quarters.
much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.